to my opinion. Like the fact that we are arguing about opinions is crazy to me. The man has left. Everybody
It's
has a right
crazy to
to their
placate
opinion.
racists.
Who is your mom
Everybody
approved?
gets so
Allowing
uncomfortable.
what? I'm
All
not
the
going to
white
take
people
away
get so
someone's fucking
uncomfortable when you
voice,
bring in
bro.
fucking race.
Who
It's
is this fucking
crazy.
account in the comments that wants me to cuss their mom out? The fuck do you mean allowing what? I'm allowing people to fucking speak. You come tell a motherfucker they can't talk about it.
Look, it's no surprise that people on this side of the app, the dark side, I don't know, which, like Hill said, is mostly white, is uncomfortable with the topic of race. They get mad at it. They don't want to talk about it. They want to ignore it. I get it. However, it is, especially in today's climate, it's not the time to roll over on it. That's my opinion. If that pisses people off, I'm okay with that.
Me
I'm
too.
super okay with it.
And thank you, Jesse. Thank you so much for understanding. And white privilege is real.
100%.
Okay.
Anyways,
I don't get what you're saying. Like, I'm not saying anything against what you guys are saying. I'm saying the man has left and he's not here anymore.
who are you talking about?
So I don't
Jeremy?
want to argue with you guys. I don't want Road Dog, you guys arguing.
Okay. Road Dogg kind of came up and was coming at something
hot.
different.
I agree.
Well, yeah, hot, and it's something totally different than, I don't know. It was a whole separate argument that if we don't like someone, we need to get them off the app. I don't have that kind of power. I have more things to do with my day personally, but Jeremy, that argument is kind of the same that Jeremy was making with Boss Hog not being here. I mean, I'm not talking about Jeremy anymore personally. It's just kind of general
I know
statements.
Boss Hog will never have a chance to defend his actions on my platform because he's fucking disgusting. I know that.
And I appreciate that, girl.
But I've seen that with my own eyes.
And yeah, I did say thank you the same tone you said thank you, but I didn't mean it like I was mocking you, bitch.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I was trying to be polite to my guests.
Anywho, I
But
wouldn't.
no, I want people to understand as a host, I'm never going to tell anybody they can't talk about that situation. I just want it to be directed at the right people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, I get it. Like I said, the comparison that Nina was trying to make and I was trying to make with the Hitler thing, nobody answered, our question. So
Jeremy did though. He did. Did you hear him?
Kids to fucking race. That don't make.
You do know that there are kids who are
correct.
color, right?
Obviously, I'm black, but you can't use the fucking thing of saying, "Oh, you harm kids." That doesn't work because any color race of kids get harmed. So that's
that I know, but we're not.
that's a different form.
We're not. Yeah, it's just an example.
The Hitler thing made sense. That made sense, right? But the Nina's question had nothing to do with that. That's a different form.
It was just some people might call it dramatic, but just a dramatic example. You know what I'm saying? Like, that person is wrong for their beliefs and what they do.
Long story of it all. Boss Hog's still a bitch. I'm just saying. I'm telling you guys have the following and you guys have the capability of doing it. It's really not complicated and it's really fucking simple. And it really only takes 30 people. That's all I got to say.
I mean, okay, let's say we get him off the app. You're right. There are still people who are friends with him. There are still people who placate him. There's still people who support him. Hold on. It doesn't end at taking down Boss Hog.
No, but that's where it starts.
No, that's not going to end racism, Road Dogg.
But what you're going after right now is Boss Hog and his racism, right? So if you take down Boss, it's not going to stop racism altogether. No, but it is a indent.
So you take away Boss Hog. Does that take away his
what
friends?
you're talking about right now is an indent for what you guys are talking about, and then it trickles down and you continue. You see what I'm saying? Long story short, it happened with a lot of whether it happened with P3 videos we taken down or even people. We had a person that ended up being a racist, vile piece of shit that we knew. Nina knew him too. That ended up doing some wrong. They ended up getting taken down, and next a whole entire line after that got taken down as well. I'm saying it is very possible to happen, and you guys have the following to do so.
They did it to me a year ago. They fucking went after my IP address.
You guys have the following to do so. I'm encouraged. It's more of an encouragement to say like, go fucking do it because you had the following to do so.
But I just feel like you're just skipping over the fact that the people that sit in the boxes with him and condone his bullshit are just as guilty as he is, and it's important to also call them out, and make them feel just as uncomfortable as I plan to make Boss
I
Hog.
feel like you're not going to get anywhere until you get the main person gone first, and I've seen it happen.
I mean, I have a full-time job. I'm a single mom. I don't have the time or the patience to sit here and dedicate my life to taking off this man off the app. But when I
only
do
that,
see
That's why you get a team, girl. That's why you get a team. I'm telling you, I work a full-time job. I have my own business, and I got a whole ass house and fucking 5 kids. Okay, let me tell you, it's when you get a team together and you got the following to do so. Even when you're not around, you have people that can do it with you. You see what I'm saying?
Motherfucker, you need to stop fighting a good fight and start fighting a pullout game. Like, dang.
Probably. But I'm just saying, straight up, there's ways to do this shit where you can make this shit work.
right. Um, I'm not really concerned with Boss Hog
You
as
know I
an
don't sue a
individual.
motherfucker.
It's clear that racism is a topic that a lot of people are not going to agree on, and Boss Hog isn't the center of
Jesse,
racism.
the problem gets, and I respect Hell's 100% on it. And I respect her going after him and asking him that question, but I'm not going to say it's something we don't want to touch on this side of the app, right? I know where I'm from. I know my beliefs. I know the respect I give to people, and I've always been that way. The problem is on this side of the app or on anywhere, that conversation gets risky for everybody because somebody scrolling through sees it. Next thing you know, we're all getting labeled that way. And that's the only part that having an adult calm conversation about it, right? If you want to hate him, look, Larry's all about it. If you want to hate a motherfucker, just name him. We'll hate him. You hate him, I hate him. I'm cool with it. But those conversations, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, I don't think I have the vocabulary to sit and not slip up on a word and end up my words getting twisted because I said something wrong, right?
No, that's actually, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. I think it's a complicated subject where the someone could be offended by any, so you could be so well meaning in what you're trying to say, and still something happens and there's an uproar about what you said. I do agree with that.
Nina, you're fucking putting something towards someone who harmed a child and racism. There's a difference.
Nobody agrees with sitting with anybody like that. Now, I've said in boxes that people have said something prior to me or after me and didn't know it. I said it a while ago. Jeremy has made some piss poor decisions in the past couple of weeks of who he's been in boxes with that he don't know any better. Now, that does not excuse him sitting there while the other dipshit is rambling his racist bullshit, right? I do think educating him, talking to him, once he hasn't quite figured out how he gets crucified by who he sits with on TikTok or who he can be around with. Now, I get it. If the dude's a racist piece of shit, I don't want to be in a box with him either. I'm not.
It's just, okay, so there's different degrees, right? Like there's closet racist, there's outward racist. Boss Hog is very much outward. He doesn't hide it.
100%.
And when you're sitting there saying, you still sit with them, he's your friend, his beliefs are his beliefs. We're not talking about the difference, and I've used this in the past, like between pepperoni and cheese pizza. You know what I mean?
Nina.
This is people's lives.
Right.
So
hang
it's
on, y'all, real quick. Nina, all I gotta say is we went through it with fucking Sparky. Okay? Right? There is a difference between trucker and racism. Trucker's a P3DO. Racism is racism. There's no comparison there.
But he's
Now,
just
here's the difference. When Hales mentions the Hitler shit, That makes sense.
She's just saying wrong is wrong.
Yes, we understand that it's two different topics. I completely understand. But Larry, I hear you out, and I feel like racism is only an uncomfortable topic for racist people. Why would it make someone who is not racist uncomfortable? You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it don't. But even for me, Hales, it don't make me uncomfortable. The only part that makes me uncomfortable about being in the box is my dumb ass is gonna say one thing wrong, and then everybody turns against me because I misspoke. I mean,
Exactly.
I know I'm not racist. I know I'm not. My mama raised me better. I call a motherfucker, no matter what color they is. But that's on their actions, but I don't use them other words. Nicole
There's
says
so
that
many things that could be twisted into something that it's not, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like if we don't let a person speak up about it, we're going to be the ones that are silencing that. If we do let them speak up on it, you're allowing this shit. It's like, what are we supposed to do? Like I want everyone to feel free to express what they want to express. And I'm
calling
not
somebody
in the
out.
right place to tell someone you can't talk about that here, Hales. I'm not going to do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, now if they get racial, yeah, by all means, I'll call them
and
out.
she
There,
she
I'll say
wasn't in my
whatever I
opinion.
want to,
Can I say
right?
one more thing? Can I say one more thing? The reason why I'm so strong on the P3DO and racist thing is different, and this is why. Again, I am black. I'm going to say this again. Yes, you guys can say the comparison is wrong. It's wrong. But you're going to tell me right now, even though if a motherfucker was racist as shit towards our color, if he was fucking beating the fuck out of a P3DO and or getting rid of a P3DO, you wouldn't enjoy going with that?
Okay, beach bum, hold on.
See what I'm
You
saying?
right.
So that's why I say
Brian wanted to mute Hales
that's
because
why
But
he
I
didn't
stopped
want
that in the tracks. I
confrontation.
wasn't going to allow her to be muted.
That's why I say you can't say the same thing.
And that
because
same motherfucker that was beating up a 3PDO, whatever the fuck y'all want to call it on this goddamn app, he also was hurting his wife and children. Don't fucking forget that.
Nina,
Right,
Nina,
he is a
baby,
piece of
oh,
shit.
stop.
But you're
Road
not
dog.
going to say.
I don't
Road
care if a
dog.
racist motherfucker
Road
goes out
dog.
here. No, y'all are gonna
But
let
if
me get it
motherfucker's
out.
racist and
Y'all
beat
are
the fuck
gonna
out
let
of a
me get it out.
P3DO,
Because I don't care if a motherfucker comes out here and he's a racist piece of shit, but he's out here saving the world of P3DOs or not. If you're a racist piece of shit, if you're a woman beater, if you hurt children, you are a disgusting piece of shit, period. No good you can ever do will make up for what
We
you're
learned
doing.
that from January, all of it to me. That's how I feel.
and you hear a motherfucker being
And
racist
Nicole,
and
you
beat
of
the
all
fuck out of a
people, you
P3DO, you're
seen
not
a
going
lot
to
of
go
that
beat the fuck out of
situation.
P3DO?
Listen,
I
Nicole,
lived it.
you of all people, Grow Queen, Road Dog, y'all all seen that situation
day.
with me. I fought hard for Sparky at one point, but what was the proof in the pudding? He was just a piece of shit, like everybody was trying to tell me.
Yeah, and I don't think that
True.
we all agree that he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, no shit.
I agree. He's a piece of shit.
Like, we all agree that.
If he
I
was
mean,
to come back to the app right now, let me ask everybody something. If he was to come back right now, as long as he's not beating his old lady or saying racist shit in a box, is it still okay to sit with him?
No, I would never be around
Well,
him.
how does that make any sense?
I would never be around him. I would leave whatever life he was in and not go back in it if he was there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nina, I don't want you to dwell on that subject too much because I know
I've
that
just
gets to
grown
you.
a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Hales, Jesse, ladies, I appreciate y'all letting me calmly talk that.
Thank you, Larry,
Some kind of sense.
for doing that. And thank you for being so respectful to the ladies. I appreciate it. Can I piggyback off of what Nina just said, though?
I'm sorry if I
Larry's
said
going to
that.
cut it.
I
Y'all have a
apologize
good
to
night.
you, bro, and
No,
everybody
Nina,
else.
don't
in the world.
apologize.
It's
Listen,
just
can I piggyback off
emotions.
that? And I don't want anyone to be upset with me. We're having an open talk, right? And everybody knows I'm not a racist. I'm really not. And I try to, how can I say this? I want to give people a voice. So my thing is, when we were all with the Sparky thing, I'm piggybacking, not bringing him up. He said that word very publicly and very first heard him say it live. I remember, and I was still young and naive on this side of TikTok, and I was still young and naive to a bunch of bullshit, right? But I'm still responsible for my actions. We were all still pissed off nation. We were all still wanting to be around Sparky. But when he said that word, we all called him out for it, as we should have, because it was wrong. And none of us sat with him after that. Correct, right? We didn't, because it was wrong. That's the truth. My thing is, I remember going through every day, even after I called him out, they were like, "You're a racist because of this." I was like, whoa, whoa, when did I ever condone that? And I called him out. I never told him that was okay. And so I think in a way I understand like where Jeremy was maybe coming from, or anybody for that matter. It's like we sat with Sparky. We didn't condone what he said in that live. We didn't condone what he did to his wife. So am I allowed to be called a racist because, you know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like we called him out for it. We walked away from him after saying it. But I was
So
still
what?
calling him
Okay.
for fucking 6 months. You know,
Okay.
that was hard. No, you
I don't
can
know
speak
why.
about
If
it.
you no, I'm just confused. If you walked away from him and you called him out, why were you being called a racist?
They were all
Okay.
calling us that. It wasn't just me. They were calling a lot of us that. And me and Country for, I know we all hate Country for Life. Me, her, and a couple more people. We were like, but we called him out. Like everybody made a video about him and walked away. There were certain people that still stayed with him, not Grow Queen. But I just remember I kept fighting with people, and I was like in tears most
I
days. Why am I being
still,
called a
I don't
racist?
care what anybody thinks of me. At this point, I had to learn and change my behavior. I still sat with him after that. I still sat with him. I begged people to leave him alone. Let me try to educate. And every time he fucking
know.
burned me. And
You
every
know the real
fucking time
story
he
behind
burned
that.
me, I tried so hard. I did the
That's what I
same
was
thing
Well, I'm
doing.
Jeremy
not
was
saying
doing
When our
that
after
car got
that.
together.
everybody.
I did the same thing Jeremy
It
was
was
doing.
when I was
Okay,
helping
but
Kane
let
call him
me
out
let me
for it.
say something, please. So you try to educate. Not everybody is going to want to hear what one says, but I thought education was important to try to change somebody's mind.
It is.
Like I'm a little confused right now
Education's the first step into doing that. Absolutely.
because one minute I'm hearing education's important, and the next I'm hearing walk away.
No, that's why I was in the comments saying I'm just making you aware if you don't know Jeremy. Like this person sits with somebody who is a pedo. This person is racist. So if I'm making you aware, you can't platform. How do I explain it? You cannot platform and expose your followers and people like that to him, knowing who he is.
Right.
I made the
May I
mistake of trying
say?
to educate,
Sorry.
No, you're
and I
okay.
ended
Lori.
up looking fucking stupid on this motherfucker.
Don't apologize, Lori.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Well, I don't get in boxes very much, so I'm a little nervous. But I just say you can only educate someone to some degree. If they really don't want to change, then you can't change them.
That part.
Just like if you tell someone about Jesus and God, Jehovah, you can tell them about Jehovah. But if they don't want to take to what you're telling them, you can talk all day and it will not matter.
Right.
And I think that's the way racists are.
Right.
I mean, you can only educate them so much.
Lord,
It's a hard
ignorance is
thing.
bliss.
Hate
Ignorance
is
is bliss.
ma'am.
I'm saying ignorance is bliss. Like some people will choose
Right.
to stay ignorant.
Some people like to be ignorant. They won't change their ways for nothing. They don't want to agree they're wrong. And I don't believe not one person is better than another person. I dedicated my life to nursing for 28 years. And I took care of every nationality of people. And I treated them just like they were my family member. And I know that y'all may not know Jeremy that well, but Jeremy is a volunteer firefighter. And when you take a line of work, you don't see people for color sometimes. I mean, you do see their color. Let me say, I'm sorry for saying that the wrong way. You do see their color, but it doesn't matter. They're a person. And, you know, you don't leave someone in trouble because they're not like you. But I really just meant to come up here to say that hate is hate, and if it's in their heart and they are really a racist or they hate gays, transgenders, whatever, that's the way they're unless they want to change, you can't do anything about it.
That was 2 Gen
Appreciate
305 in
letting
the
me
comments.
speak.
And white privilege is also as real as the sun is bright.
Yeah.
And Jen,
I will agree
it's
on that though.
history.
White privilege
You
is
know,
like-
I
thank
mean,
you, Lori. I agree with you. And
I know history, I know history from, the slave era and things like that. But I still think that racist is, and ignorant people pass it down to their children. And that there is a community of people that are racist
I
that
need
don't
Nina
want to
back up. I
change.
need Nina to say that out loud.
Ma'am,
Oh, sorry, Lori. I'm sorry. I was talking to the comments.
what
I'm so
did
sorry.
you say?
I was asking Nina to come back up and say that out loud. I'm so sorry. Lori, go ahead.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You want me to drop back down?
No. I'm sorry to be interrupt you. I was talking to the comments. I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean, I'm not used to getting in boxes, so I'm nervous, and I might
No,
not.
don't be. I
I might
appreciate
You're
not have
doing
worded
great,
my.
Lauren.
I
Yeah.
hope I worded my thing the right way, because I'm certainly not a racist.
No, you're okay.
But
I
I did
understand what
have
you're saying.
racists in my family. I mean, I grew up in I was the 70s. I was a 70 girl. So my parents was 50s and 60s. And my grandparents, my grandmother didn't raise us like that, but some of the men in our family did speak racially, but I don't know if I'm treating them different, but people different from another person, but I know they spoke different. But we learned from our mother and my grandmothers, no, there is no difference. They're people is people, people is people. God made people, so
Talking in all caps.
Well, Lori, I appreciate you coming up and speaking, and I respect that for you being nervous. You did great.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
No, don't apologize.
So I just want to go ahead, Jesse. Babe.
Sorry, and I was just when I heard he's not here, Nicole, don't get down my throat. But when I heard Jeremy say that, his beliefs are his beliefs and that's his friend and all, that to me, I just get confused at it. And I will come up and question it because if I had a friend who spoke like that remotely, even hinted towards it, they would not be my friend. They would not be allowed in my home. They would not be allowed my number or anything like that. Because you're right, Laura, you are exactly right. No one is going to, if their beliefs are their beliefs. If they don't want to change, I am not going to be the one to change them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I can't imagine being associated with someone who feels like either my family member, my other friends, or whatever are less than because of the color of their skin.
Right.
So I want
That's
to
a hard
what I've been wanting to say, Jesse.
Sorry, go ahead.
I have to disagree, and here's why. Okay. My grandfather was racist for his whole life almost until 10 years before he passed away. All right. He's very racist. 10 years before he passed away, he realized how fucked up he's been. And it took years of him hearing how it's not okay and why, and to learn a lot of stuff. So I have to disagree. I think it could take time with people. And I think it's your opinion and my opinion, and everybody else has their opinion. You don't have to sit with someone that, still sits with someone that is racist. I don't think it makes them racist, though. Do you know what I mean?
I think it makes you someone who is okay with them being racist, which is with a family member. I'm not saying that it is, you don't choose your family. You know what I mean? Like your grandfather is your grandfather. He is choosing to still claim to be Boss Hogg's friend. it that to me, and I'm not wanting to argue with you either, Nicole, about it, but to me, when I hear someone say that, um, I lose all of that, lose all respect, um,
Mhm.
and I'm going to separate myself. That's just a hard line in the sand for me.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm not
Yeah,
going to
you know,
sit
and I
there
get
and.
that. I get that.
Boss Hogg's a whole bitch. I understand this. I've been said this.
Hmm.
I think there's a lot of
Tell me
things
what
that
Nina
with
says.
with
Now I'm
this,
even more confused.
with this whole thing. I honestly, this is the reason why I don't, because I don't want people to feel like, okay, well, because we disagree with each other, that makes us the bad person, because that's not true in my eyes at all. You know, I feel like everybody should be able to feel their own feelings. You know what I mean? And I'm not, listen, I fucking don't fuck with Boss Hog on so many levels.
He could
So
never be over here, boy. I tell you
I
what.
don't know Jeremy. I don't know Jeremy. So
There's only a few people in this app I have a boundary on
I'm
not
not
being on my
taking it for
platform.
nobody. I'm just, since we're on this topic, this is how I feel as I sat here and listened to everybody else's feelings. You know,
Jesse said something too. When I first started hanging out with Kane a while back after the whole Sparky incident, I was just speaking about, that's the same question he asked me, and he really put me in my place that day. Not that I was defending Sparky, but he said, Grow, the reason why I feel like you're reasonable enough for me to educate you on why Sparky is so bad, you know, even though I knew it, I get what Kane was doing. He asked me, he said, would you let someone with that much hate in their heart in your home around your family? And I said, no, I would not, Kane. And he's like, there you go. And I agree with that part. I wouldn't want someone like that in my home. So why would I want to be around them? However, on the same token, maybe like Nina said, Jeremy just needed a little bit of opening his eyes to who Boss Hog was. Maybe he doesn't see how severe Boss Hog has been. I don't know. But I don't want people to think that like Jeremy's a racist because of that. I haven't heard him say anything racist. Hopefully he will never do that.
Hello Kitty Lay is another black woman that is in the comments and said, if you sit with a racist and don't call out their shit, you are a part of the problem. And
I agree with that too.
I completely agree with that.
I wish more Boss Hogs people would say, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know why they don't.
Even me, when I had my first child, my grandfather was ashamed of me.
Educating them instead of.
Hold on, let me finish.
More
That
important.
breaks my heart.
Like even me, when I had my first child, you know, my kids are biracial. My grandpa was ashamed of me, and it took so many years for him to fucking snap out of it and stop being a racist piece of shit. And I love my grandfather with everything in me, no matter what. But it was hard to be around someone that looked at my child and was racist towards my own child. You know, so I mean, I don't know. I just feel like there is hope out there for people, and it might take longer. You
I
know?
really hope so. You know, I
Brian,
don't have any grandkids, but I would hope by the time that children now grow up that it would be a thing of history, that it's something that
it will be Lori, because granted,
hope
in
so.
1,000 or 2,000 years, we're all gonna look the same, baby. There's not gonna be such thing as different
You're
races.
right.
We are all gonna be
You're
mixed
right.
together.
You're
I'll
right.
be dead.
Well, Brian is saying, he's been discriminated against. But I promise you, Brian, and any other Caucasian person, y'all have not been
No, we have
discriminated
no idea what that
against
even
as much.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what that experience is like.
You cannot compare, baby.
Nope.
I'm sorry, Brian, but I feel like you are saying just as much ignorant shit as Jeremy was.
That I
Sorry
agree
to
with Hales on. We don't know as Caucasian people what that feels like. We really don't. Let's be real.
Sorry to disrespect your friends, but
No.
had to say that.
Everybody has a right to their voice and their opinion, and I agree with that completely. I don't know what that's like. I've never, you know what I mean? It's true.
I'm
I'm a
white.
Caucasian woman.
I don't know what it feels like to be, a black person or a Mexican person, but I know through life that it is discriminated against different nationalities and races because of the economical status. You know, they're kept from things sometimes. You know, even though it says your race does not affect the outcome of what you're applying for, it does.
Will, I'm sorry. I'm
You
so
don't think
sorry.
so?
I thought I was muted.
No.
No. I'm laughing at my friend. I'm so sorry, ma'am. I thought I was muted.
No.
Will is an idiot. I'm
No,
sorry.
listen, what I'm trying to say in the comments is
And
where I live at, there is no such thing as that because they will smack my motherfucking head just as fast as they'll smack any motherfucker's head. Like, I promise you that. I promise you that. And Joanna down in the comments is from Kentucky as well. She understands that. There's no such thing like that around here. We
What do you mean? No such
I
thing
get
as
on
what?
the ground faster than any motherfucker would, for real.
Hold on. Hang on.
And I live in a dominant. And
Hang
listen, hold on for a second. Hold on.
Hang on, Brian. Wait, real quick. There's nothing like what in Kentucky? That I need answered right now.
There's nothing like what in Kentucky?
Yeah.
What?
You said there's nothing like
You said
that.
there's
here.
nothing like that
What
around
do you mean
here.
by that?
There's nothing like that around here, as in
Racism?
singling somebody out where we live at.
That's a
because
fucking lie because the motherfucker we're talking about right now currently.
I think he means his town road dog.
Hang on,
He,
hang on, hang on, hang on,
he
hang on,
lives
hang
in
on.
Nashville, Tennessee.
The person that we're fucking talking about right the fuck now?
Yeah, he don't live in
Me and
Kentucky.
me and Nina are talking about that motherfucker lived in Kentucky. That's a
Where
fucking
at?
lie. I'm
Where
gonna
did
tell
he
you.
I
right
don't
off the
think he
bat.
meant the whole state though.
I don't mean the whole state.
I was about to say, hold on.
You're saying that your small town in Kentucky has no racism?
Eastern Kentucky is what I'm talking about. Look,
Like I said,
and I
ignorance.
live in a predominantly, we have more African Americans in our community than about any county in Eastern Kentucky. And there is no such thing. They will smack me right in the motherfucking mouth just like they'll smack them right in the fucking mouth.
You're okay, Wills.
And I'm being dead ass honest, and that's
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
talking
Am
about.
I going to
in the
offend people if I
comments.
say that I don't like hanging out with white people? Because I really don't. All my friends are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
I mean,
what
I'm
is...
just being real. I mean, you want me to
My
be
real
real?
life
You
friends
may
are
be
not white.
fake.
No, okay.
some of them I don't like either. It don't offend me.
I'm dead ass. My real life
So I
friends
guess,
are not white.
Brian, where are you going with this?
I'm just saying, there's
Like
no,
my comment?
like, I don't see that. I don't see that in my eyes because I was involved in this. Jeremy,
Nina, is Jax
I have to
calm down
take
so
up
you
for
can get the
Jeremy.
box?
He is not that way, and that's the way I'll leave this.
Is Jeremy your neighbor?
I've known Jeremy for a while on this app, and that's the furthest thing from him. That's never even been a subject with us. Never.
Oh, you know, a lot of people can be racist or,
We don't even
use
speak about
racist.
them
Okay.
things. We don't even speak about that.
Not realize what they're doing or saying is either supporting racism or being blatantly racist because
Or
they
being
are not
offensive.
educated.
Mhm.
And sitting there and saying, you know, his beliefs are his beliefs, that is pretty damn close to being
His
blatantly
beliefs,
racist.
you talking about Boss Hog? You talking about Jeremy?
Jeremy saying that about
Yeah.
Boss Hog.
That's like saying,
Well,
"Oh, I'm friends with
that's-
Hitler," but his beliefs are his beliefs.
I mean, he can't help that. He can't help that what Boss Hog believes in,
You can help
No, but you call
by
that shit the fuck out.
and you can't call it out because then you're blocked and muted.
maybe that's for the
Bye.
best.
That's what I'm
Suffocate
saying.
that man with
That's
no
how it
friends
works
then.
with
Maybe at
them.
least you called it out, right? But then
wait.
Yeah, block my ass, drop
this-
my
this
ass.
is where I'm
So Jesse, you just
I'm just saying. I'll come up to
hold on,
address the
Brian.
comments.
Jesse, before I lose this thought, you guys are saying that you wanted to come up here and educate, but when he says you get blocked and muted, Jesse, you said maybe that's best.
Okay. Well, okay. So when you're saying you can't call someone out on racism because they'll just block and mute you, what do you suggest to happen then? Like, what can I do if I'm sitting there telling, let's say Nicole, okay, I'm not going to say Nicole, just a random person in front of me. Hey, what you said is racist. or challenging them in their thoughts and beliefs, and they just block you and don't want to see you, don't want to talk to you. What am I supposed to do then? Am I supposed to stalk them? Am I supposed to throw the Bible at them?
Stay away
What am
from
I
them.
supposed to do?
Stay away from them.
If they don't want to have that conversation, if they are that closed off to that conversation, to me as their friend, then yeah, 100%, that is for the best. Because what is that going to do?
Yeah, yeah. My point is they're not friends.
Who?
They're not friends.
Boss Hog and
And-
Jeremy?
Yes, they're not friends. Jeremy's a good guy. Has a great family.
Didn't he say that he was Boss Hog's friend, or am I?
No, he's not his friend. I promise you. I've known this man for a long time.
He
on
said
this app.
that. He said it.
He may have said it, but he
Said that he's not his friend.
He's not friends with him, and he could come up. He'll come up and tell you himself.
Okay.
Jeremy don't hang out. He don't hang out on that side, and you know that, Nicole, girl.
I mean, I don't know much of him. I just know that he said he wasn't his friend from the beginning.
My thing,
He's been rolling.
friend, no
since
friend. If I hear it, I'm calling it out.
Since I met Jeremy, he's been rolling with me and Devin and Brandon G and who else? A little bit with Jennifer, Pam, who else? Paula, what other creators? But it was never Boss Hog. This shit just started here recently. This shit with the dumb shit. And it just aggravates me that it went to this, guys. It really does. I'm not like that. He's not like that. And it aggravates me that it went to this from a good life.
Yeah, it just the same way you feel aggravated is the same way I feel aggravated when people sit in a box with him, claiming
No,
not.
but you can't crash a live though when
No,
people's
I mean
having fun.
it's a public platform. I could do
I
what I
understand
want,
that. I understand that.
unless it was a private call, or the host asked me to leave. That would be
Well,
different.
she's not going to. You're her friend, and nobody's disrespecting you neither.
Well, it's not just because she's my friend. It could be any woman up here that wants to speak, a man that wants to speak about this from their community. I'm not going to tell them no. That's not my style.
Yeah, and I'm not disrespecting nobody.
But I
wanna
also
keep
want
that
everyone's
straight.
opinions to be respected. Yes, on both sides. But it's also because she's my friend. Clearly, yes, I'm friendly with her, and I would never silence her. I don't want to silence anybody.
Yeah, I say the same thing, but
I don't want you to be
like,
silent
this
either.
is always a bad. This always ends bad,
Yeah.
and we all know this.
I know my beliefs. I know what I like and don't like.
Yeah, and I know mine.
yeah,
That's all that
exactly.
matters, and nobody can. Road Dog, I rode with him. Me and Road
just don't
Dog
want
fuck
people
the
to
streets
get
up.
too,
He
mean.
wants to go. Let's go.
Argue.
I don't give a fuck. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I don't care really. I get along with anybody, and that's the same way he is.
The only person I would say
Thank
get
you,
the
girl.
freak out of my box if they said something extremely offensive or disrespectful. Other than that, everybody's welcome.
All right, thanks, girl.
Hi, girl. How you doing?
I'm good, Will. How are you?
And honestly, I don't mind being the villain. I don't mind being hated for always bringing up race, because once again, I am a black woman, and I love making races uncomfortable.
I don't hate it for you. I don't hate it at all.
Like I said, I don't know what it's like to be black, but I know it's like to be black.
I hate this motherfucker. He said that in the comments and had me laughing for real out loud. I apologize to everybody in here that was having a conversation. I am so sorry. That was a true LOL moment.
Leave it to me.
I thought it was muted. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I fucking hate Will. Wrong time, bruh. Hales, I apologize. You were in your conversation. I don't know if you just heard me when Will made that comment and I out loud laughed. I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. I chuckled too.
So I want to say something before I hop off here. I think that you have a right to come up and say whatever you want. But I also believe, like, we're not always going to agree on certain things. I believe Boss Hog's a 100% piece of shit. What I was confused on is Jeremy said that he wasn't friends with him. That's the thing I was very.
You know what I was thinking? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, fascinating.
Something?
Hales, you think it was Kane Allen? You bring up Boss Hog to Kane Allen.
No. You bring up Boss Hog wherever you want to, Hales. Stop telling her how to fight for something. Stop telling her how to do it. That's ridiculous, especially as the black man. Ridiculous. You want to keep coming up here shouting you're a black man. You're embarrassing a lot of black people.
Only not really.
No, you are. It's pretty fucking embarrassing what I heard you say down there. Really fucking embarrassing.
Not really.
You can make a lot of fucking change crashing lives and letting the people in the comment section know who they're following. So crash every live you want.
You can make a bigger change by taking.
And it's crazy to me that Jeremy and Road Dogg had more to say about Hales bringing this to this live than the fact that he's sitting with a guy who likes to touch his own daughter and Boss Hog, who's a racist.
Facts.
Boss Hog is a piece of shit.
And the way to stop guys like Boss Hog is by taking away their followers and their friends. It's by letting more of their followers and friends know who they're standing with. That's how you do it.
That's why I didn't want Hales to be silent about it.
Road Dogg, maybe you're doing something wrong. Maybe you need some sassy EDU.
Way to take down Boss Hog is how we've done it in the fucking past.
No, the way to take down Boss Hog is stop his views. And how do you stop his views? By him having no friends.
Sassy. Hey, Sassy.
That's how you do it, buddy.
Hey, Sassy. Hey, Sassy. Do you not remember?
That's what we do to pedos on the app, right?
Hey, Sassy. Do you not remember taking down and having about 30 people in a fucking group chat and going in and reporting each video down section by section for what it was, and then taking down
Okay, I just started reporting in 2025 and I got nothing from it.
And then they got after the 30 people did it in a collective section, they got IP banned, and the account was completely fucking gone, and they couldn't make another account.
Right, so you do that, and then Jesse and Hales will decide they will get into boxes and speak up and use their voice for what it's for. That's what it's for. You guys want to use your voice for whatever it is, and she wants to use her voice to speak up against racism and to tell people who Boss Hog is. Who are you guys to tell her it's wrong? Oh, you messed up the vibe. Shit. You want to know how many times the vibe has been messed up for us when we got somebody calling us the N-word?
Why don't you take the energy to Boss Hog, the main problem?
Shut the fuck up, Road Dogg, and don't tell us how to fucking do shit.
Like I said, I have a lot of
motherfucker's
energy.
still out here running, but yet no energy's being towards him.
Because no one could vigilante as hard as you do, Road Dogg. No one makes this TikTok a safe place as you do.
Right.
Okay.
Y'all want to take that energy. Use that energy.
Road Dogg, I want you to answer my question though about the Hitler scenario. Would you be okay with Jeremy sitting in a box with Hitler? If you were.
No, I would educate him instead of attack.
And how did she attack him? She came up here and asked him a question. She didn't yell. I've been here the whole time, by the way. You heard everything. She didn't attack him. She didn't yell at him. She didn't do anything. She asked him a question, and he got offensive for the racist Boss Hog. He was busy trying to, I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do right now. He was more upset that she brought it up.
Yeah, he brought up the LGBTQ, his daughter being gay,
So
black on black crime in Chicago.
Yeah, he brought. So right now, he's sitting with Boss Hog, and Boss Hog's talking about what he wants to do to gays, and he wants to hurt gays, and this and that. He's gonna stay in that box with that person. He's gonna stay in that box.
I wouldn't.
Probably not.
He's just gonna exit out quietly. Like, then you're a bitch. You obviously that bothers you. Say
I don't
something.
feel like Hales attacked him at all. Not at all. I don't. I feel like she came up here and was very respectful with her question.
What do you mean? You're gonna just drop out of the box because somebody said say something?
Silence is compliance.
And that's exactly why I open my platform and not tell people to shut the fuck up when they have something to talk about like that. And I wouldn't have done it.
Like I said.
Nope. I tried telling me to mute her ass. She was not getting muted over here.
Hold up. I don't know how to necessarily educate somebody in the year 2025 that it's not okay to be racist. If they haven't got it by now as a grown man, there's nothing I could do or say to, change his opinion and view. And the reason why I brought up, if he were to have a black grandchild, because my mama is white, my grandparents are white. And guess what? My grandparents grew up racist too. They did not like black people because that's how they were raised. But once my mama brought home a black man and then got pregnant by a black man, they had no choice but to accept him and accept me and love me for my skin color and who I was. And me being born into the world completely changed their view. And they realized how ignorant and evil those
I
thoughts
like how my grandfather.
I actually like hearing that. Yeah.
Right.
So that is the only reason why I brought up that scenario to Jeremy about what if he had a black grandbaby or whatever. Because I do know that his opinion would probably be way different. And he probably wouldn't see him being in a
It
box.
would be, I would hope he would be hypersensitive to
Yeah.
people talking how Boss Hog does, and be less inviting and accepting of Boss Hog's
Yeah, but at the
opinions
same
on
time,
it.
how can you ignore the words Boss Hog says and uses in the way, just the way he
Well,
talks?
that's
Yeah, but
why. How
Boss Hog
can
is
you
still a
hear what
piece
he
of shit.
I
says
hear
and
it every
say his
time.
opinions are his opinions?
Yeah,
To me, it. Sorry, go ahead, Hales.
No, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry, but all I'm saying is like,
Will, stop
in
it.
in Jeremy's point of view, it's okay as long as he drops from the box, right? As long as he drops from the box and he's not in the box while Boss Hog is going on his racist rhetoric, whatever, that's okay. He could still hang out with him and be cool with him and sit in the box. And Road Dogg's gonna accept that because guess what? Jeremy's not Boss Hog. To me, I don't understand your way of thinking, especially as a black man. But like I said, that's your opinion, and definitely disagree with you.
And again, that
Hog's
is
my problem.
okay between y'all to have disagreements for
Boss
sure.
Hog is my problem. Jeremy needs to be educated
But
to correct him on that, right? Cool, educate that man. Boss Hog is the problem.
Somebody needs to ground Will from the
You
internet.
know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I can't educate somebody to stop being racist, Road Dog.
You can educate Jeremy
what I was-
on where
But that's what she was trying to do. You guys jumped on her
Jeremy's
for.
wrong.
yeah, she was. She was trying to
That's what
tell.
she was trying to do that, and then you came up here as a black man telling her what she was doing was wrong as a black woman. It was
I
weird. It
told her
was
as a
really
black
weird
man,
listening
why
to
aren't
it.
we stopping Boss Hog?
You
Yeah,
the most.
goddamn
You
right.
out of all them.
You goddamn right. As a black man, I said, why are we stopping Boss Hog then? Why the fuck ain't
We
we
do
stopping
every
Boss
time.
Hog
We
then?
don't give Boss Hog any attention. He gets no attention here. So the way to
But why
stop
is the
him is by
count still
stopping the
up? Why is it
attention
still
he's
running?
getting.
Why is the count still
Ask
up?
me to report again. I'm gonna report your fucking page.
Oh
Ask me
my
to report
God.
I'm
again.
just saying.
Even
You
if
wanna
people
make
did take his
movement, right?
account down, though, his
wanna
disgusting
make
ignorant ways,
movement,
he'll just
right?
come back and keep announcing it, Road Dog. So really,
Yeah,
it's not that recorded.
there's so many. Like I used to take
Yeah.
accounts down all the time. Like they just come back.
They're absolutely right. Bum rush his fucking comments and say you're the fucking racist. I get it.
Yeah,
you know?
show them what they're doing. And that guy, no face, no case. If anyone has his charges, can you send it to me? Because that's why I
I
don't
gotta look
speak
at
on
my
it.
Telegram. I'm pretty sure I
The
do.
motherfucker on an IP ban, you won't have that
I've
problem.
seen his charges. I've seen it. I just don't know where I put it.
Okay, yeah, if I have it, I'll send it to you.
But the
Yeah, because I
motherfucker
want to
on
be
an
able
IP
to, when
ban.
I say it, I have it and to show it.
Right.
There's 11. I have them too.
Yep,
I
11.
just, Road Dog, I guess it's just hard for me to wrap my head around, you being okay with, people you associate with condoning that.
Listen, right now, let's say right now I'm a piece of shit, but I still have people coming into my lives and whatever, gifting me, taking shots with me, whatever they're doing, I'm still going to be the piece of shit. But if I see that less people are coming in because of the way I'm behaving, I'm going to stop doing it. And that's what you need to do. You need to get to the friends, let them
He's
know
still not
what
gonna
he's
stop
about.
doing it though.
But then I don't know. You do your things your way and we'll do things our way.
But Miss Hales, I was going to say
He still won't stop doing it.
that your example proved my point about your grandparents. They were racist, but when all of a sudden their daughter came home with a black guy and a baby, their heart changed. They began to see that we're all just real the same, but they also seen the good qualities. They judged him for himself, not his color. And, that's a heart thing. They have to learn it through their heart to change, or you could tell them all day in their mind that they might agree with you, okay, it's wrong, but they will do it. But if they actually change their heart, then they learn why, But I appreciate you telling your example of your family.
Thank you, Lori. Yeah.
Well, Hales,
Interrupt.
good
I need
job.
all of you ladies to check
Thank
Snapchat
you.
group right now, please. All you ladies. Hales, Jesse, Sassy, Nicole, please. Jesus,
I'm
check
just saying,
that.
you hit that motherfucker.
I have never in my life imagined this would come.
You
I'm
hit
about
that
to end this
mother-
live and run over to that one right the fuck now.
You hit that motherfucker with an IP ban.
I don't like that. Bitch. I thought we weren't giving that dumbass bitch a fucking platform or a goddamn voice. Now I'm a little fucking hot, boy.
Am I looking
I
at?
apologize for interrupting that conversation.
What is it? Tell me what it is. I can't.
May in a box of Viking kicking it up and shit, and fucking people in the comments laughing and shit too. I'm about to no.
Before we
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
May opened
hey.
a box of Viking talking about food and dinner and drinks and
Bro.
cleaning.
Bro,
What?
Viking is a 26 pack in about 3
That's
bottles. of
great, but
vodka
okay.
tequila.
So guess what? Look what the fuck she
He's
did to Justin
drinking?
Monster.
I understand that, so I'm just letting you know what you're going into.
I don't give a
Okay.
fuck.
Wait, who are they
So
talking about now? Who
hold
you guys
on,
talking about?
before
Sorry,
we move on
Sassy.
to before we move on to May, real quick, I just want to say that I fucking love how Hales approaches this with grace and patience, even in the face of blatant racists and people telling her to be quiet about it. Okay, go ahead.
I
Thank
like
you
that
so
part about
much.
Hales. I always have. And Hales,
you
I
so
promise, no
much.
matter what they
So-
said, nobody was going to mute you over here, baby. Not going to happen.
So May, comes in boxes with certain people. We jump in boxes too. I mean, are you sure they're just ha?
Oh, I just watched the recording. It's in the chat.
Oh,
shit, I forgot I was supposed to
I didn't
check
realize
this.
we were talking about cleaning.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you sure he's not?
Bottles in.
Oh, yeah. Let me make sure the video sent to you. Yeah, I just sent it to your direct snap, Nicole.
Okay.
I watched the 34 seconds. That's why I was paused.
And I want to thank Jesse and Sassy and Nina for supporting me and trying to make it make sense for the people that just
Hey.
Anytime I tried to get here quicker, but I was doing something.
it's all
Well,
good.
no, trust me,
And
nobody was
girl,
going to drop or mute her over here.
No, I really do appreciate you not listening to all the fucking haters in the comments telling me
I would
that I
never.
ruined the live.
No,
And
I would never.
fuck you to everybody in the comments who I made uncomfortable and said, "Oh, why does everything have to turn to race?" Because I'm here, bitch.
You know what though, and I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm speaking for me. The whole conversation in any live makes me feel uncomfortable. Don't get this twisted yet. Don't jump me yet. Not because of the racism that we stand against. What makes me uncomfortable is, like Nicole and Larry kind of said, is as much as and I'm always going to give anyone a voice about that. But at the same time, one little tiny thing, if I don't even know what to say sometimes because I'll be labeled that person and I'm not, But I promise you, nowhere on my platform will someone ever be silenced on a situation like that. It's not going to happen.
Listen, as uncomfortable as it is and can be, as long as you're open to education, I think people most are pretty forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I appreciate it. But I still stand on what I said. I don't feel like the topic of racism makes anybody uncomfortable unless they are racist.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a you problem, not a me problem. And I'm here to,
My discomfort just comes from I don't want to offend anybody right now, so I just want to listen to what she's saying and just be quiet.
No, I don't mean it, and I don't mean it like that.
I don't want to say something stupid and offend
I'm
somebody.
just here to expose the closet racism.
Right. No, I totally get it. And like I said, whether Hales is a friend or not, even if she wasn't a friend, I'm not gonna be that person like, no.
I know you would
Hales,
still
no.
give me a platform either way.
Absolutely.
Yo, that pocket, it sounds familiar. I don't know who it is, but it sounds familiar.
I like Polly Pocket. She's nice.
But no, yeah.
Pocket is
But hey,
Russia.
hey. But yeah, no. So Viking is fucking, like I said, he's 24 in and half a bottle of fucking tequila in. So right now,
I know what you mean, Road Dog. I know what you're saying.
But I guarantee
He's gonna
you
act wild if we say something to him.
No, not that. Who gives a fuck? He's wanting that. But I guarantee you that fucking Maymay's in there fucking trying to manipulate his ass right now. So what I'm saying is, yeah, let's
Well, I
fucking
know that's
go.
what she's doing, but he needs to wake the fuck up.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go. What the fuck you mean?
All right,
Yeah,
let's
she's
go.
in the box.
Well, first, I want to make sure Hales has, her time.
People downstairs. All right, I'm gonna try to go in.
Do it,
what?
Sassy, do it.
Yeah, she's in
You're
the
not
box.
following
She's
me
in
on
the box.
this
She's in the
account.
box. She's in the box. She's in the box.
Bitch.
All right,
Thank you,
before we
girl.
run over there, thank you, Hales. I appreciate you.
All right, y'all have a good night.
I appreciate
too,
it
honey.
We all
very
coming over
much.
there?
Yes.
Bye, you
Thank you,
guys. I'll see you
everybody.
guys
Thank
later.
you.
Thank you.
Nicole.
Over there.
It
I
was
Thank you,
appreciate y'all very
everyone.
much.
Shoo, shoo. Get the hell out of here, y'all. Bye.